Hello everyone and welcome to the new session of the lecture series. And today we'll be solving the NCERT based multiple choice questions from the topic the living world. Alright. So let's start with the first question. The first question is the cell division occurs. Okay, we have to fill in this gap. Cell division occurs in plants and dash in animals. Okay, so if we talk about plants first, so what happens? Usually plants show indeterminate growth. All right, also known as open type of growth. Okay, so this type of growth is not terminated. All right, this type of growth is not terminated. So there is continuous growth. Okay, there is continuous cell division. Okay, and it takes place where? In the meristem. Okay, these meristem contains cells, okay, meristematic cells which are unspecialized. All right, and they have the ability to divide continuously. Okay, so these meristem contains unspecialized meristematic cells, okay, which have the ability to divide continuously. They can divide continuously. All right. So, okay, so this was about plants. Now let's talk about animals. In animals, what is seen? Usually the growth is limited. Okay, depending upon the age of the plant or age of the animal. So if the organism, okay, is mature, okay, immature, when the maturity is reached, or you can say when the maturity is achieved, then the growth stops. Then the growth will stop. All right, initially there is continuous growth, but when the mature phase is reached or at the maturity, the growth stops. All right, so now we have to fill in the blanks. First option is continuously, cell division occurs continuously. Second is only up to a certain age. All right, second option is only up to a certain age here and then continuously here, which is not correct. All right, because in plant growth takes place continuously. Second option is continuously and never. Okay, so this is also not correct. Fourth option is once and twice. This is absolutely not correct. So what should be the correct answer? Correct answer is continuously. Okay, cell division occurs continuously in plants. Okay, and so the next blank is only up to a certain age, till, okay, when the mature phase or when the maturity is reached, then the growth stops. So only up to a certain age. All right, now coming to the next question, the practical purpose of classification of living organism is to, all right, options are explain the origin of living organism. Second option is trace the evolution of living organism. So here they are talking about the phylogeny. All right, or the phylogenetic relationship, also known as the evolutionary relationship. All right, so tracing the evolution of the living organisms comes under phylogeny. Okay, next option is naming the living organism. Name the living organism, which is known as nomenclature. All right, and what does classification include? Classification means ordering of the living organism into different categories. This is known as classification. Alright, now coming to the next option, which is facilitate grouping of anything based on some easily observable characteristic. Okay, so here they are asking what is the importance of classification? What is the practical purpose of classification? Alright, so what should be the answer? Answer is option D, facilitate grouping of anything based on some easily observable characteristic. Okay, or you can say, what is classification? It is ordering, or you can say arranging of the living organism. Living organisms into category. Alright. Based on what? Easily observable characteristic. Based on easily observable characteristics. Alright. Okay, now let's talk about the next question, which is, here they are saying that the true species are. Okay. So let's talk about the definition of the true species now. So true species, okay, the definition was given by Ernest Mayr. Okay, and how he defined true species as? Okay, he said that a group of actually or potentially interbreeding population. Alright, means they can only breed within themselves. Okay, they are reproductively isolated from the other such groups. Okay, they are reproductively isolated from other such groups. Okay, so this is a definition of true species. Now the question is, true species are interbreeding, means they are talking about the breeding between the species. Alright, so this is not correct. Second option is sharing the same niche. Okay, this is little bit correct because species, they can share the same niche, but not always. Okay, so this is a bit tricky questions. Alright. Third is feeding on the same food. Again, this happens not always. Okay, and the fourth option is reproductively isolated. Alright, so I've already told you the definition of the true species. They are reproductively isolated from the other groups, okay, from the other species. Alright, and they can only breed within themselves. Okay, so what should be the correct answer? Option D. The next question is, two plants can conclusively said to belong to the same species. Alright, if they, okay, options are have same number of chromosomes, can reproduce freely with each other and form seeds. Okay, can reproduce freely with each other. If they can reproduce freely with each other, they belong to same species. Alright, then option C is have more than 90% of similar genes, and last option is look similar and possesses identical secondary metabolites. Okay, so correct option is, okay, B. B is the correct answer. Okay, any organism, okay, can be said to be belong to a same species when they can reproduce freely among themselves. Okay. Next question is, which of the following statement regarding the nomenclature is correct? Nomenclature, what is nomenclature? Naming of the organism. Okay, naming. Okay, the first option is generic name always begin with the capital letter, whereas specific name with the small letter. Okay, so if we talk about the scientific name or the biological name, okay, so what happens? It consists of two components. Any biological name consists of two components. First one is tells you about the genus, and it is known as the generic name or generic epithet. And then we have the other part which tell you about the species. This is known as specific epithet. All right. Now, according to the rules of nomenclature, the generic name, okay, should start with the capital letter. Okay. Example, you can take that of Mangifera indica. Okay. Mangifera indica is the scientific name of mango. Okay. So here you can see generic name starts with a capital letter, whereas the specific epithet start with a small letter. Okay, and they should be underlined separately. Now, first option is correct then. Generic name always begins with capital letter, whereas specific name with small letter. Now, next option is scientific name should be printed in italics. This is also true. Okay. Now, next option is scientific name when handwritten should be underlined. This is also true. Now, last option is all of the above. So, what should be the answer? Answer D. All the options are correct. The next question is binomial nomenclature means. Okay. Options are one name given by two scientists. Not correct. Option B is one scientific name consisting of a generic and a specific epithet. Okay, so binomial nomenclature, also known as biological nomenclature. This was given by Carolus Linnaeus. Okay, so again, the scientific name consists of, I've already told you, two components. All right. Now, two components. First one is the generic name. Second one is the specific epithet. Okay, so this is correct. Option B. Now, option C is two names, one Latinized, other of the person. This is not correct. And the fourth option is two names of the same plant. So, this is also not correct. So, what should be the answer? Option B is the correct answer. Okay. Now, coming to the next question, systematics refers to, all right, identification and classification of plants and animals. Then option B is nomenclature and identification of plants and animals. Option C is diversity of kinds of organism and their relationship. And option D is different kind of organism and their classification. All right. So systematic, okay. Now we know that it includes the identification, nomenclature and classification, and it also includes the relationship. Which kind of relationship? Evolutionary relationship. Okay, evolutionary relationship. All right. So all the other options are incorrect. Correct option is option C, diversity of the kinds of organism and their relationship. Okay. So option C is the correct answer. The next question is, in printed scientific name, only you have to fill in this blank is capitalized. This we have already discussed. Okay, options are class, species, genus and family. So again, we know that the scientific name has two components, generic name and specific epithet. Okay, and generic name is capitalized. Okay, the generic epithet or the generic name is capitalized. Start with a capital letter. Okay, start with a capital letter. So what should be the answer? Genus. Option C is the correct answer. The next question is ICBN stands for, okay, so these are the international codes. Okay, it is an international code. Okay, and what does it do? They give the guidelines and the direction. They give the guidelines and the direction for assigning a scientific name. How a scientific name should be assigned to a living organism. For assigning a biological name, or you can write scientific name. Okay, so what is the full form of ICBN? International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. Okay, International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. So this is correct option. Next option is International Congress. This is not correct. Then third option is Indian Code, which is not Indian, it is International Code. Then again Indian Congress of Biological. Okay, this is also not correct. So what is the correct answer? Option A is the correct answer. International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. The next question is, which one of the following statement is correct about biodiversity? Okay, so here they are talking about biodiversity. So what is biodiversity? Variety of the life forms. It simply tells you about the variety of the life forms present on the planet Earth. All right. So options are, it is the occurrence of varied type of organism on Earth. Okay. Next option is, each different kind of plant, animal, organism represent a species. Third option is, a number of species that are known and described range between 1.7 to 1.8 million. Last option is all of the above. Okay, so biodiversity, I've already told you that is the occurrence of varied type of organism on Earth. Okay, and then we have each different kind of plant and animal or organism represent a species. This is also correct. All right, different kind of if you see around lots of plants, you can see animals and organism, and each of them forms a different species. Okay, and then option C is number of species. This fact is also correct. Okay, so this is a fact. According to a survey, a number of species, okay, known and described is between 1.7 to 1.8 million. So all of the above should be the correct answer. All right, this is all related to biodiversity. Okay, all the points are related to biodiversity. Now next question is, refer the botanical name of weed. Okay, Triticum aestivum. This is the botanical name of weed. So we are talking about plant, so we will talk about the botanical name. Okay, if we talk about animal, we can say zoological name. All right, so options are, the second word belongs to genus and start with the small letter. Again, not correct. Second option is, both the words Triticum aestivum denote the specific epithet. This is also not correct. Third option is, the first word Triticum denotes the genus, okay, which starts with the capital letter. Okay, and fourth option, the first word Triticum denotes the specific epithet. Again, this is wrong. Okay, so here we have Triticum aestivum. Triticum is what? Genus. Okay, it is the generic name or generic epithet, and aestivum is specific epithet. All right, so what should be the correct answer? Option C is the correct answer. The next question is, the branch of biology which deals with the study of identification, nomenclature and classification of the organism is. All right. So we know that first step is identification. Okay. Then after identification, we have next step is nomenclature. And then is the classification. All right. The options are exobiology, ecology, taxonomy, and toxicology. So exobiology, okay, what does it tell you? It tells you about the origin and then evolution. And also it tells you about the distribution of the life. Okay, distribution of life, especially in context of what? Especially in context of cosmic evolution. Okay, so this is not the correct answer. Okay, now let's talk about ecology. Ecology is what? It is the study of the relationship. Okay, we are talking about ecology. Study of the relationship between what? Between living organism and its surrounding. Okay, this is known as ecology. Then we have toxicology. Let's talk about toxicology. What is toxicology? Toxicology is the field of science that deals with the toxic effect of chemicals. Okay, of chemicals or some substances. Okay, on humans, say. Okay, toxic effect of chemicals. Suppose say on humans, on the environment. Okay, all right. So this is also not correct. Ecology is also not correct. So the branch of biology which deals with identification, nomenclature, and classification should be option C, taxonomy. All right. The next question is scientific name of humans are. This is very straightforward. Scientific name of humans are Homo sapiens. Okay. So what should be the correct answer? Homo sapiens. Option A is the correct answer. All right. And Homo erectus is not correct. Again, we have Mangifera indica, which is the scientific name of what? Mango. Okay. Musca sapiens. This is also not correct. Okay. If it had been Musca domestica, then it was housefly. Okay. But this is incorrect. All right. Now, next question is mark the odd one in the following. Okay. First is options are family, class, taxon, and phylum. All right. So what should be the odd one out? Okay. These are all taxonomic categories. All right. So these are taxa or taxon. Okay. So odd one is taxon here. All right. So what should be the correct answer? Taxon. All right. All right. So next, let's talk about the next question. So here we have to choose the correct order of arrangement. Okay. So let's look at the taxonomic hierarchy. So first we have the species. All right. And this is the lowermost taxon. Then the higher taxon is genus. Then we have the family. After family, then we have the order. Then class. Then is the phylum in case of animals and division in case of plants. And then we have the kingdom. All right. So this is the taxonomic hierarchy. So here they are saying these are the options: cohort, class, family, and genus. All right. So now this is not the correct answer. Now coming to option B, here they are saying class, cohort, okay, class, then we have the family, and then we have the genus. All right, so if you look at the reverse, this should be correct. The next is series, cohort, okay, series come here. Okay, we have the series, cohort, family, and genus. This is also not correct. And the last option is order, series, species, and family. So this is also not correct. All right. So what should be the correct answer? Option B should be the correct answer. All right. Here they are saying order is cohort. Cohort comes here. Okay. So correct answer is option B. Okay. Class, cohort, family, and genus. So this was the end of this lecture. We will start with rest of the questions in the next session. Thank you very much for listening.